It's Monday, March 25th, 2013. This is PSN News Live. Coming up next on PSN News tonight, Penn State searches for its next president.
And then a recap of this year's annual Pride Week up next on PSN News Live.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Christian Heilman.
And I'm Alexandria Brown. On this morning's Today Show, an audio tape of the new interview with Jerry Sandusky was revealed by the interviewer himself, John Ziegler. Ziegler is a filmmaker working on a documentary called Framing Paterno, and he believes that the interview with Sandusky will shed new light on the involvement of Joe Paterno in the Sandusky case.
Penn State will soon have its first ever Sexual Violence Awareness Week. The University Park Undergraduate Association voted to approve the idea during its last meeting. The Awareness Week will run from April 6th to the 12th, and it will feature an event every day that will help inform more students about sexual violence. The UPUA will co-host and sponsor the event. Some UPUA members were originally hesitant to support the cause because they thought the cost of t-shirts needed for the event was too expensive.
Penn State police are investigating a forcible rape that occurred on campus in January. The incident was reported to police last Wednesday. The police have identified a male suspect in connection with the incident, but say their investigation is ongoing.
Penn State football will be making another change in the near future. The football program will not be retaining its current marketing firm, headed by longtime game day fixture Jeff Fisher. Son of Penn State broadcaster Fran Fisher, Jeff was listed on Penn State's website as the marketing manager for Olympic sports. A Penn State associate athletic director insists that Fisher was not and is not an employee of Penn State athletics and that he was never employed on a full or part-time basis by the university.
Voting for UPUA elections open on Wednesday, and some members are worried about student participation. This is due to the fact that 5 categories out of 15 are contested, and for the first time, the position of UPUA president and vice president are running unopposed. 19% of Penn State students voted in last year's election.
Once again, Penn State picks the president, but this time for an office a little bit closer to home. Reporter Taylor Bazzacki has more.
With the last president driven out by scandal and the incumbent retiring at the end of the year, Penn State is looking for a new president. In order to gain an understanding of the community's perspective, the administration held a series of public forums last week, open to anyone that wanted input into who the next president should be.
We almost always have open forums when we come to a campus because we really do want to hear what the whole community is thinking. We get meetings set up with administrators, with faculty leadership groups. Jackie met with a group of students this morning for breakfast, but we feel that if there's some open forums on campus, then anybody who's got some ideas can communicate that to us.
While the Thursday night session didn't exactly have a packed room, a handful of PSU employees and students came to express their opinion what the selection committee should look for in the new leader of a university still recovering from crisis.
Some of the things that I hope you'll be thinking about are what kind of characteristics and sets of background experiences you're hoping to find in the next leader. What do you hope that the next president will be able to accomplish in, say, the next 3 to 5 years? And we'll be having that kind of discussion tonight.
I'm interested in the overall, I'm interested in the next university, Penn State University leader, and it's something that I think we all should be thinking about, especially as an employee, but as well as an alum and a previous student. I'm really interested about where our university is headed, and that's why I decided to come tonight.
In general, people said they're looking for a leader who can relate to the students and be more present around campus.
You know, people really feel good about the institution, feel it served them well, and are seeking a president that will continue to provide that kind of education and service to the students and to the community.
I think it's hard because I think we're only ever dealing with, we only have what information that you guys provide to us really a lot of times in the media, and so I think that definitely I'd like to see a president that remembers the campus system. I think that that's really important. I'd like to see that they understand the overall complexities of the campus. And I think at times, I understand the president's role is a very busy one. Probably every hour, every day is planned. But definitely like to see a president that at times could be a little bit more visible.
For PSN News, I'm Taylor Bisacki.
Construction is expected to begin in late April on what will soon be the only children's garden in central Pennsylvania. The Arboretum at Penn State is soon to be enlarged. Featuring rock climbing walls and education programs for children, construction of the project is expected to cost $3.6 million and was approved by the Board of Trustees at a meeting earlier this week. A private philanthropic endowment will pay for the construction along with garden maintenance of the facility. The project is expected to be completed by late spring of next year.
And we'll be back after the break with more news. Stay with us.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
I got no pulse. We're losing him. Shock him.
Drives it road all the time. Just had a few drinks. Just can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
We just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. You'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shock him.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig.
Hey, good game. Oh, there he is. Great game, man.
Go get a win!
This year's MVP goes to Jake.
Take steroids and eventually everyone will see you for what you really are. A fake, a fraud, an asterisk. Don't be an asterisk.
Coaches vs. Cancer held its 14th annual 5K race on Friday. About 300 participants registered for the event at Medler Field in order to raise money for the American Cancer Society. This student club hosts many fundraising events throughout the year. Since the program began in 1997, Coaches vs. Cancer has raised more than $1.7 million for the American Cancer Society.
On Tuesday night, Natalie Dell, Penn State's first Olympian in women's rowing, spoke as part of the All Sports Museum's final event to celebrate Women's History Month. Dell's Olympic career took off after her performance on the national team. She competed in 23 races over 5 days to determine her Olympic standing. With only 3 weeks to prepare, Dell made it to the Olympic Games as USA's coxswain and said she is proud to share her bronze medal with the United States and Penn State.
Penn State's Pride Week features numerous activities for the Penn State community. Reporter Jess Arnold has more.
Penn State's Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Ally Resource Center is a bustling community for students across campus. Assistant Director for the center, Craig Leeds, describes the goal of the organization.
It's just, an awareness and knowing that the LGBT community exists and being, affirming and welcoming of those people, understanding that, lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender identities are valid identities.
Each year, the center hosts a Pride Week to celebrate the identities of LGBT students.
It really is to show a celebration of our community, of the LGBT community, and to let people know that we are here and we're proud of our identities, as well as to spread awareness.
Some of the week's events were activities like Straight Talk, a drag queen documentary, Pride Rally, and Sex Talk. Kate Clinton headlined the festivities at Heritage Hall.
I was thrilled to be here and to be at the incredible LGBT Center, which is a hub of activity, and it's a wonderful place. I've been to others, other centers on other college campuses, and this is really the most used, the most with the most resources.
For PSN News, I'm Jess Arnold.
Jess, thanks. Vice President Joe Biden and New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg pressured Congress on Thursday to push for major changes to gun control policies. Biden and Bloomberg met with several friends and families affected by the Sandy Hook shooting to get their perspective on gun control measures. After the meeting, Biden told lawmakers to, quote, show the courage that the victims of the Newtown tragedy demonstrated. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid of Nevada said last week that he hopes to have a bill to address gun violence on the Senate floor by early April.
The U.S. government has a new spending bill that will fund it for the rest of the fiscal year. Congress passed the $1 trillion bill to stop a government shutdown and rearrange some sequester cuts. The bill will fund the government throughout at least September 30th, while the current funding has been slated to run out on March 27th. The 318 to 109 vote in the House of Representatives could spark a change by both parties trying to avoid the last-minute showdowns that have dominated Congress the past few years. President Obama has signaled he will sign the measure into law. We'll take the extended weather forecast for this week up next on PSN News Live.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Brown bagging lunch instead of going out. $6 save times 5 days a week times 10 years is $21,000. That's a lot of lettuce. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed the pig.
So you're the new girl. Yes. That's cute. Go on in.
Mr. Felsnikov, thank you for overlooking my credit score. I was in college and I charged up a whole bunch of things that I really couldn't afford. Who knew employers checked that?
Hey kid, I don't credit check you. You don't credit check me. Capiche? And sometimes it floods in here. You might want to start wearing boots.
Potential employers can check your credit. Don't let your bad credit put you in a bad job.
I don't want to give you my love. I don't want to meet you nowhere, no. I don't want none of your time. I don't want no stuff. Taking no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's side, trying to holler at me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's side, trying to holler.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put handcuffs on you, okay? For your protection and mine, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to put it in front of you so it will be comfortable, okay?
All right. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. All right. Is that too tight?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay? You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
We're barely a week into spring, but I think most of us could agree that Old Man Winter has certainly overstayed his welcome. That couldn't have been more apparent today, as most of us waking up to a fresh coating of snow. Across Pennsylvania, those snow showers will taper off overnight tonight and continuing into tomorrow. And then we finally start to dry out as we head through the second half of the week with a bit more sunshine. And the temperatures will respond to that sunshine, and we could even hit the 50-degree mark, right about where we should be for this time of the year by Easter weekend. Speaking of our normal temperatures, here's where we got to today, into the mid-30s here in Center County. That's about 10 degrees below where we should be. The saving grace here in March has been the fact that our low temperatures have actually not been too far from where they should be for March. So that means March as a whole has only been a couple degrees below average, but of course that's not too much consolation for those of us who are out when the temperatures have been their coldest during the day. Here's a look at winter watches and advisories that have been in effect since Sunday evening. These will all cancel at 8 o'clock tonight, as all the snow showers that have been impacting really the southern half of Pennsylvania should be out of the area again as we head overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. Still the potential for a little bit of messy travel overnight, especially as you get into the higher elevations in the Laurel Highlands. And here's what things look like as we step out a few hours into the future. This is later on tonight, early Tuesday morning. You see a little bit of clearing taking place here across the central portions of the state. Clouds hanging tough as you head towards the west, and then as we head through the day on Tuesday, really not a bad day. We dry out for the most part, maybe a couple of stray flurries coming off of Lake Erie. You'll see there as we put this further into motion Tuesday night, even continuing into Wednesday. By Wednesday, we see a few more clouds overtaking most of the state, but again, all in all, not a bad day as we start to dry out in the wake of this system that's been impacting us for the last couple of days. Here's what temperatures will do as we head throughout tonight, and by Tuesday morning, bottoming out at 28 degrees here in State College. Again, that's right around where we should be, so low temperatures have not been that bad. It's the high temperatures that have been rather problematic, and you see the cloud cover for Tuesday keeping us once again in the upper 30s. Those temperatures will start to go up as we see more sunshine for the second half of the week, but again, temperatures once again bottoming out in the upper 20s as we head into Wednesday morning. As for your forecast for tonight, those snow showers that I mentioned earlier will be tapering off overnight tonight and continuing into tomorrow. We'll get down into the low 20s once again as we head overnight tonight, so still keeping the winter coats out and staying bundled up as we head out for our evenings for the next couple of weeks at least, as temperatures will start to climb up into the 30s for our average lows over the next couple of weeks. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast now. The light rain and snow showers for Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday, really more of a chance for flurries, especially in the morning and evening hours. And then as we head through the second half of the week, you see plenty more sunshine Thursday through all the way through Monday. And as I said before, the temperatures will really respond to that sunshine, making it into the upper 40s by the end of the week, and even for Easter weekend, shaping up to be a pretty nice weekend with temperatures finally topping out in the 50s, and that could be a couple of degrees above average. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm student meteorologist Heather Waldman. Now let's send it back to the desk.
On PSN News Live.
The credit fairy doesn't exist.
What?
It's make-believe. Nobody left anything under your pillow.
If there's no credit fairy, then we'll make our credit score go on.
We will. By doing things like paying our bills on time.
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
What?
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Oh, 先生你好，歡迎光臨，等等先。唔該晒。
Brandon.
She was a passenger. Car was T-boned on the passenger side.
We just had some wine. I wasn't even drunk, I was just buzzed.
What? You were just buzzed? Well, sir, you didn't tell us that. In that case, she's just fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Hey everyone, I'm John Blauvelt with this week's Sports Wrap-Up. Under the guidance of head coach Cale Sanderson, the Penn State men's wrestling team won its third straight national championship this past weekend. Junior Ed Ruth, the top seed at 184, defeated the number 3 seed Robert Hamlin of Lehigh. Then senior Quentin Wright, the number 2 seed at 197, beat the number 1 seed Dustin Kilgore of Kent State. It was another fantastic season for the Nittany Lions. In the first round of the NCAA tournament, the Penn State women's basketball team defeated Cal Poly 85-55. Junior guard Maggie Lucas led the Lady Lions with 19 points, 4 assists, and 4 steals. Senior guard Alex Bentley added 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Senior forward Mia Nixon tallied her 15th career double-double with 13 points and 13 rebounds. Penn State will next play the 6th-seeded LSU Tigers on Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. The Penn State men's lacrosse team faced St. Joseph's on Saturday afternoon. Tatum Coffey has more on the story.
Tatum Coffey here at Penn State's lacrosse complex for week 6 of college men's lacrosse play between the Penn State Nittany Lions and the St. Joseph Hawks. Penn State men's lacrosse is now ranked 17th and has an overall record of 4-3, while the Hawks are 4-4. Penn State started off the season with 2 straight wins versus Michigan and Denver and had 3 tough losses. Unfortunately, they lost to Notre Dame and Ohio State in overtime 10-9 and had a tough loss versus Lehigh 12-10. They came back 2 weeks ago versus UMass and won last week versus Binghamton. We'll see today if Penn State Nittany Lions men's lacrosse team can get their 3rd consecutive win.
The Nittany Lions came out strong with a quick goal by Jack Forrester. Forrester, Tom Lacrosse, and Shane Sturgis all had 2 first-half goals, while TJ Sanders scored 1. The second goal for Sturgis put the Nittany Lions up 7-0 at halftime. Penn State controlled the face-offs with a dominating 10 of 15 by Danny Hennigan. Penn State continued their momentum into the second half by putting up 2 goals by Eric Myers and Jack Donnelly to go up 9-0 before being held scoreless in the 4th quarter. St. Joe's got on the board midway in the 4th quarter by scoring 2 goals, making the final score 9-2. The Nittany Lions take the field next on the road against 15th-ranked Bucknell on Tuesday. Head coach Jeff Tamperoni is excited for the matchup.
It's a really tough Bucknell team, a team that we've lost to the last couple of years. So we're going to have to handle their pressure in the ride, have to shoot a lot better than we did today. But I think the key is with these midweek games is just at this point in the season, halfway through, we do a good job of just getting our guys off their feet, be well rested, and hopefully have a an energized and excited team going up there to Lewisburg on Tuesday night.
Penn State extended their win streak to 3 with a 9-2 win over St. Joe's. Reporting from Penn State Lacrosse Complex, I'm Tatum Coffey, PSN.
And the Penn State women's lacrosse team beat Drexel on Friday 9-8. Sophomore midfielders Tatum Coffey and Kelly Lechner led the Nittany Lions with 3 goals apiece. Junior attack Mackenzie Sears scored the game-winning goal for Penn State with 36 seconds remaining in regulation. With the win, the Nittany Lions improved to 6-3. Penn State will next play host to Florida on Saturday. And that's it for this week's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Metal cone! Let's go! Hurry! Metal cone! Metal cone! Metal cone! Metal cone! Metal cone!
Dude, why is your mom driving us to MetalCon?
Remember when I bought us all snowboards on that credit card and never paid it back? Well, I guess they check that stuff out when you apply for a car loan.
Afterwards, we'll all go out for ice cream.
Don't let your credit put you in a bad place. Go to controlyourcredit.gov.
I present to you Algebra 2, foreign languages, and finally, biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me. Yeah, I'll do it. You too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
Ever think about buying a bigger place? Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy. There is no credit fairy. How else will I get a better credit score? Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it. No fairy?
There's magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
And that does it for us here at PSN News Live tonight for March 25th, 2013. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News.
And make sure to watch us every Monday night live at 7 p.m. Have a good evening and good night.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Metal cone! Let's go! Hurry! Metal cone! Metal cone! Metal cone! Metal cone! Metal cone!
Dude, why is your mom driving us to MetalCon? Remember when I bought us all snowboards on that credit card and never paid it back? Well, I guess they check that stuff out when you apply for a car loan.
Afterwards, we'll all go out for ice cream. Don't let your credit put you in a bad place. Go to controlyourcredit.gov.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me. Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. I'm me.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
You ever think about buying a bigger place? Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy. There is no credit fairy. How else will I get a better credit score? Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it. No fairy?
There's magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.